Hi and welcome back to the Rideshare Buddy YouTube channel. My name's Kevin and we're sat outside Bristol Airport at the viewing spot at the back of the airport in a little lay-by. Unfortunately, it's quite busy here, so the only spot I've been able to find is right next to the solar panels. So all I can see is a tiny bit of a tail going down and the engine's noise. So if you hear the noise, that's what it is. I can't actually see the planes because the other places are a little bit busy. Unfortunately, I'm still trying to kick off this cold. I should have done what I said I was going to do yesterday and stay in bed and get rid of this. But yesterday morning, there's quite a lot of trips came out and I put together a nice little back-to-back, which I got. So for £190, I got out and went to work instead of staying in bed. And I'm paying for it now. What I did yesterday was a afternoon pick-up in Blackwood to Bristol Airport. Then an evening pick-up. I had about 2.5 hour wait. Pick-up at Bristol Airport, going down to Clonelly. Total about £190. So worth going out for, but it does mean I'm feeling still a little bit iffy. So today, I'm another back-to-back Bristol. I picked up this evening about 4:30 out to Bristol Airport from Cardiff, the Mercury Hotel Cardiff, just dropped off. It was supposed to be just an hour's wait for my next passenger. I've just checked EasyJet and the flight's currently 45 minutes late from takeoff, so it hasn't taken off yet. So it's going to be about 45 minutes, a couple of hours maybe. We'll see what happens, but it's not a problem. And this one's going from Bristol Airport back to Penarth. So I've done this today fully on one charge without a problem. Charged up at Tesla in Newport. And that's what today's video is going to be about. I'm going to chat about the differences in pricing of EVs. So if you don't want to know anything about EV pricing, charging, go away now. If so, we'll also run through the differences and why you've really got to be on the ball, because this is not like petrol. If you go around petrol and fill up at a cheap place and an expensive place, the most is likely to cost you an extra couple of £3-4 for a tank full. Not with an EV. If you get the wrong place, it'll kill you, almost literally. So today I filled up or charged up at Tesla in Newport at 40p a kilowatt hour. Now I went from about 20% up to 90%, is about 50 kilowatts. Let's make it around 50 kilowatts for ease of comparison. At 40p kilowatt, that means today cost me £20 in fuel for the job. Now yesterday, because those jobs came out quite late in the afternoon, well, late in the morning, I didn't have time to charge up to do the work. I should have been able to do most of it on a single charge, and I should have charged up at 40p, but I didn't. I had enough to pick up at Blackwood and take to Bristol, but I didn't have enough for Bristol down to Clonelly. So, I had a choice. I could have charged up at Instavolt at 85p a kilowatt hour, but that would have cost me, at 50 kilowatts, would have cost me £42.50. That's £42.50 instead of £20 with Tesla at Newport. I wasn't going to spend £42.50 and fill it up, so I drove down to, because I had about 3 hours spare between the two, I drove down to Cribbs Causeway and filled up there at 47p a kilowatt hour. Now that means I paid 47 times 50, 47 23, about £23.50 as opposed to £42.50. So just driving out to Cribbs Causeway, it was a couple of hours round trip, but still worth it to save over £20 on the charge. And that's what you've got to be really, really careful of. Because if I charged up at Instavolt every time, I would be paying out about £150 a week more in fuel than I would need to fill up off peak at Tesla. So normally what I'm doing at the moment is, because I'm catching peak times at Tesla, which is more expensive now than Ionity, I'm going to the Ionity at Mega. Now they charge 43p kilowatt hour, which is £21.50 as opposed to £20 off peak. So for £1.50, I'm not going to worry. And the speed of charging at Ionity is so much faster than at Tesla. Because remember, I'm in an 800 volt car. That means Tesla comes in at 400 volts. The car has to upgrade that to 800 volts, and that means speed of charge drops. And I max out at about 97, 98 kilowatts. Whereas at Ionity, I can pump in 180 without a problem, and occasionally I'll go up to 220, which is where this car tops out, 220 kilowatts an hour. So for that £1.50 difference, I don't mind paying extra for the extra speed when I really want to get in and out. It makes a difference between a 20-minute charge at Ionity and a 38-minute charge at Tesla. So for the differences, it's worth paying extra £1.50. Okay, so now let's look at Dragon. Dragon is a main supplier in Wales. Their maximum sort of charging rate is 50 kilowatts, and they do 22 kilowatts and 7 kilowatts. Very much depends on what the internal or the grid network is capable of delivering. We don't have a very good grid network over in Wales, especially when you get out into more rural areas. You may only be able to get a 7 kilowatt charge going. May only be able to back out at 22 kilowatts because the infrastructure isn't there for anything faster. But in the cities, it's 50 kilowatts. Now, for me to charge up 50 at 65p, that's £32.50 as opposed to £20 with Tesla off peak. So again, £12.50 difference. And where it might take 38 minutes to charge at Tesla, it's going to take over an hour to charge at Dragon. And of course, that's hour you can't work. So you really want to be back on the road as fast as possible to start earning again. And that's why Ionity, I think for Uber drivers, is probably the best, especially if you've got an 800 volt car, because Ionity will deliver at 800 volts. And that means very fast charging. And the Ionity Power Plus, it's 43 kilowatt hour. So it's only £1.50 difference in that total charge as opposed to Tesla off peak at 40p. You know, and the time you save, you know, it's well worth it if you've got an Ionity in the area. And then, of course, we come down to, I have seen some chargers, 50 kilowatt chargers, out in West Wales, charging £1.09 a kilowatt. That's the most expensive I've seen so far, £1.09. So that would mean, instead of paying £20, I would be paying something like £55 to fill up. It's ridiculous. The gap, it's because there's no competition at the moment. Everybody's still finding their feet. And there's a lack of competition. You know, you compare that with petrol, which has been around for donkey's years, and there's loads of competition. And of course, there's so many petrol stations around now because they were built before the latest planning. So now, not only do these recharging companies need to find a site, they've got to get planning permission to run it, and that can take years. And obviously, some cases where planning permission has been denied because councillors were worried about the chargers catching fire, which are practically unheard of. There's more fires at petrol stations than there is at charging stations. But it turned out at fast charging stations because of a fire risk. You know, you're not going to get the competition required to bring prices down if councillors get in the way. So really, if Labour Party is really about ripping up planning regulations and getting things moving, that's one thing they need to look at. Making EV charging stations a national priority and exempting it from planning permission so they can get them built in safe locations and get the EV movement going again, because things are slowing down. But that's it. I just want to show you the comparison prices and how big a difference it can make, especially with Uber driving or any type of private hire driving. You go to the wrong place, you get the wrong prices, and you'll lose a great chunk of profit. Who can afford to lose £150 a week nowadays? Not many drivers can. So Tesla, full charge, 50 kilowatt charge, costs £20. Dragon at 50 kilowatts cost, £32.50 for the same amount of electric. Instavolt, for the same amount of electric, you're going to be paying £42.50. Some places you're going to be paying over £50. And with Ionity, if you've got a Power Plus, it's £42. Perfect. Well, £41, £21.50. So that's the sort of differences, if you're not careful, as to what you're going to be paying. But that's it. Business is good. There's loads of work out there. I hope you're all jumping at it. I haven't seen it this busy since before Christmas. So, yeah, get out there, earn some money. Next video I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be having a chat, possibly tomorrow, because I've got a 2-hour, 3-hour wait between another back-to-back tomorrow. I'm going to be saying and answering the question of, are there too many private hire drivers? I don't think there are. There's a lot. There's a lot on Uber, but if you're a good driver, you can still make a lot of money in this game. You've just got to up your act a bit. But we'll talk about that next video. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, safe driving and make that profit.